Hey, what's up everyone? This is Deus Ex Machina coming at you with a new video. Now, if you're someone with a good eye, or you're someone that's good at reading between the lines, you've probably noticed that there are many secrets and Easter eggs embedded in some of your favorite visual media. We're going to seek out and analyze a few of them. So go ahead and strap yourself in because we're about to uncover 5 Easter eggs hidden in some of the greatest films ever put to screen.
This will feel a little weird.
Stick around.
Hey, motherfucker.
Now for our first Easter egg, we're going to be taking a look at the high-octane leather assless chap-wearing Australian post-apocalyptic desolate wasteland of Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. For those of you that don't know, The Road Warrior tells the story of a tight-lipped, supercharged, V8 driving, lonesome drifter by the name of Max Rockatansky, as he helps an isolated community of settlers that are forced to defend themselves against a crazed, roaming band of Mohawk-touting marauders that seek to take all that they have and kill anyone that tries to stop them. Throughout the film, there is a large oil tanker that is featured, and it is where we'll find our first Easter egg. If you look closely at the side of the oil tanker, you'll spot a logo for a fictional oil company called Seven Sisters Petroleum. The name Seven Sisters Petroleum is a reference to the real-life hub-and-spoke conspiracy that the Standard Oil Company, being the hub, along with 6 other major oil companies, being the spokes, banded together to give themselves a monopoly of the entire world's oil reserves in order to have absolute control over the market and maximize their profits, forcing people to be even more dependent and having to spend more money on gas. Because that definitely can't be true, right? Now on to our second Easter egg.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now for our next Easter egg, we're going to be taking a look at John Carpenter's 80s sci-fi horror cult classic, They Live. They Live tells the story of a drifter named Nada that has made his way to the now rapidly deteriorating big city of Los Angeles in search of work and opportunity.
Worked there for 10 years. And things just seem to dry up.
When he discovers a pair of sunglasses that allow him to see the world for what it truly is, a world that is controlled by malevolent forces that keep humanity in a state of blissful ignorance as they harvest our planet for its wealth and resources. Wait a minute. Where have I seen this before?
Look! Look at them, they're everywhere!
Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet
Global energy systems, food systems, and supply chains
will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance.
Well, there's definitely nothing to read into there.
There are no limits.
It figures it would be something like this.
Well anyways, the film They Live is filled with hidden messages and Easter eggs. One of the most notable can be found when the drifter, actually who am I kidding, Roddy Piper,
Metal Hill!
looks at a billboard displaying an ad by the Control Data Corporation that, when is seen through the lenses of his sunglasses, is actually revealed to be displaying the word obey. Now, what you probably didn't know is that the Control Data Corporation used to be one of the largest computer companies in the United States, standing toe-to-toe with others such as IBM and General Electric. The Control Data Corporation was overseen by a man named William Norris. In the business world, William Norris was seen by his peers as an idealist because he had a unique philosophy that corporations not only have a fiscal responsibility, but corporations should also have a moral and social responsibility in restructuring society and making the United States into a better and more equitable nation.
We're basing the company's future on our ability to convert social needs into profitable businesses.
Predominantly, the people so afflicted are Black or Hispanic.
I think it ignores the systemic nature of the problem.
Maximize the employment of the underclass. In plain language, to open plants in the slums.
We can help create the public climate necessary to get a new venture going. We can occasionally inspire the assistance of key persons in the business and public sectors who are also devoted members of our churches. The churches can help monitor to make sure the social goals are not forgotten.
To contain, though not yet succeeding to control, the rapid population growth.
That summer fires and riots swept the poverty-stricken, mostly Black community in Minneapolis North Side. And the major cause of the disaster was the lack of enough decent jobs.
Somebody say this is socialism. What's your answer?
No, I don't think it's socialism. If we don't do it, we'll have socialism. If we don't take care of our employees, and if we don't take care of some of the problems out there, the government will take care of the employees and all the problems, and that's socialism as far as I'm concerned.
It seems to me that in this day and age, when all of us are concerned about individual rights, we should not hesitate in extending to those who wish it the ultimate right, the right to die.
William Norris would even go as far as to pay the bail bonds of some of his employees that had trouble with the law.
To learn to control costs. This is one of the most important elements of making any business successful.
Unfortunately, however, this agenda of his led to the Control Data Corporation's eventual downfall, forcing them into bankruptcy and having to liquidate what few remaining assets they had left. Well, hopefully corporations will see this as a failed business strategy and won't be fucking stupid enough to repeat it.
You have to force behaviors. And if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted.
Fuck, never mind. I don't think I'll ever understand why these companies are so hell-bent on making less money these days. Kind of a weird business model if you ask me. Well, anyways, on to our third Easter egg. Now for our third Easter egg, we're going to be taking the red pill.
God damn it! You're still whining. Stop whining.
No, not that red pill. This red pill.
You take the red pill.
From 1999 cyberpunk pulp phenomenon, The Matrix. Like They Live, The Matrix has an extensive number of Easter eggs that are hidden throughout the film.
Listen to me, Carpenter.
And Mikey, I think he likes it.
However, one of the most notable can be found where Neo can be seen grabbing a book off his shelf. The book Neo grabs is a collection of philosophy essays titled Simulacra and Simulation by Jean Baudrillard, specifically to the essay on nihilism, where Baudrillard states, in a bizarre fashion, nihilism has been entirely realized no longer through destruction, but through simulation and deterrence.
The Matrix is a system, Neo.
This quote in the chapter of the book Neo shows us highlights his search for meaning in a world where there no longer is any, where everything presented to you is an artificial and distorted poor representation of what was once authentic or real, furthering Neo's belief that the world he finds himself in is merely a reflection, or a dream he eventually expects to wake up from.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
That by knowing himself and what he is truly capable of is the best chance he has, and frankly all of us have, in breaking free from the illusions that surround us.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe there is no spoon.
Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself.
There is no spoon.
and destroying the system that seeks to keep us trapped, known as the Matrix. Now for our fourth Easter egg, we're going to be taking a look at Stanley Kubrick's grand space opera, 2001: A Space Odyssey. "2001: A Space Odyssey" tells the story of a mysterious monolith that is discovered by scientists on Earth's moon that ends up sending a transmission into the far reaches of space. Which prompts an expedition to the planet Jupiter where the transmission was sent.
Everything is going extremely well.
However, the space shuttle's onboard AI,
The 9000 series is the most reliable computer ever made.
goes rogue and jeopardizes the lives of the astronauts and their mission. Leading to this famous exchange.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
The Easter egg can be found shortly after while Dave is in the process of removing HAL 9000's memory banks,
I can feel it.
which causes the AI to start degenerating. But before HAL 9000 is completely degenerated,
My mind is going.
it begins to sing an old song composed in 1892 by Harry Docker called Daisy.
If you'd like to hear it, I can sing it for you.
Sing it for me.
It's called Daisy. Daisy.
What is interesting is that this is the first song that was ever sang by a computer back in 1961. Arthur C. Clarke, the renowned science fiction author who wrote the book and later the screenplay for 2001: A Space Odyssey, was given a demonstration of a computer singing that very same song, which he and Stanley Kubrick ended up incorporating into the film. Now for our fifth and final Easter egg, we're going to be taking a look at another Stanley Kubrick classic, his iconic 1980 horror film, The Shining. Anyone that considers themselves a film buff knows about the numerous subliminal messages and Easter eggs weaved throughout the entirety of this film's cerebral and haunting narrative. From Danny's Apollo 11 sweater, the Native American artwork, the German typewriter, and of course, Room 237. However, one of the lesser known of these Easter eggs can be found when Jack gets a platter of drinks spilled on him by the former caretaker and now butler of the Overlook Hotel, Delbert Grady.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry, sir. Oh dear, dear. I made an awful mess of your jacket, sir.
Oh, that's all right. I've got plenty of jackets.
I'm afraid it's avocado, sir. It tends to stain.
Avocado, is it?
What is notable though, the drink advocaat that was spilled on Jack is a Dutch drink, and it is also the Dutch word for lawyer, in the sense of a solicitor, and a solicitor is defined as someone who provides legal support, advice, and representation in a variety of legal matters for their clients. So the advocaat being spilled on Jack references the next and one of the most iconic scenes of the film, where Grady offers his advice by suggesting that he correct, aka murder his wife and son.
Corrected them, sir. And when my wife tried to prevent me from doing my duty, I corrected her.
Well, there you have it, guys. That was 5 Easter eggs in popular movies you probably didn't know about. Thank you so much for watching and for sticking around this long if you did. This video was really fun for me to create, and I plan on doing more like them in the future. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this one, consider hitting that subscribe or that like button. Or don't, you can do whatever. Well, thanks guys. And until next time, stay awake.